Hey everyone, how is everybody? I'm gonna wait for everybody to get on. Just gonna give everybody a little bit of time to get on. Thank you. I wanted to do something different. I don't have the same boring hair every single time. Thanks. Thank you, Rihanna. Okay, so double check something real quick, and then we'll get started. Thanks. Okay. For the assignment that went out earlier, that's going to be one of the assignments that Wendy talked about the other day. I'm going to have to get a little clarification on that from Wendy, and then I will send y'all the answer that I get from her here in a little bit, or I'll post it on, well, I'll send it out anyways, but I'll go ahead and post it in the Facebook group as well, simply because I know sometimes it just kind of doesn't send to everybody, so I just want them to have equal opportunity. But thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I just needed it was one of those things where I didn't have time to curl it and I didn't have time to straighten it, so we were like, a bun it is. A bun it must become. And then here we are. Gonna have one, had to have two. So I'm just gonna wait again just a few minutes. So yes, so you'll have a couple of them for that. We'll have 3 total. So you had one yesterday, you'll have one today, and then you'll have one tomorrow. That way you can work on them um until that way that day we can be off. But yeah. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead, ask Wendy a couple questions about it, and then I will send y'all another email for that. All right. So today we yes, perfect. So the first one goes to Joe, the second one goes to me, and then the third one I do not know who it goes to yet. We're here. So today we're going to go ahead and do the waxing portion of state board. The people that I should have in the live with me are, of course, my cosmetologist and my estheticians. Honestly, I have hooded eyes, so 9 times out of 10 I just kind of squint and just draw a straight line. Here's to Alana. The one from today gets sent to Alana. We're talking about the other assignment that I sent y'all a little bit ago. Not the one today. Don't send me those assignments today. All right. So again, I should have only cosmos and estheticians. I should not have any nail techs. has nothing to do with y'all state board, so y'all are gonna get nothing from it if y'all are in here. Hopefully you read the agenda and you knew that you weren't supposed to be in here. That's perfectly fine either way. Um, so like I said, I'm just gonna give everybody a couple minutes. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull up PSA like I did yesterday. I will email you. I know you're supposed to take notes on it, but let me double check. I have to look at the email. I know Wendy went over it a little bit yesterday in her live toward the end of it, or toward the end of the portion she was on. So for cosmetologist, your waxing portion is going to be right after your facial portion. And then for estheticians, yours is going to be before your blood exposure incident, which is technically your last service. And thank you. Actually put a little bit of effort in today. A little bit. It's not just brown eyeshadow. I know. I'm so sorry about today's assignments. So I posted in the group for a little bit of clarification. I should have in the email given you a little bit more clarification. I feel like I could have given you a little bit more, and I'm sorry for that. At the time, I was just like full blown panic and trying to get it out as quick as I could. So for the first attachment that had the 10 to 11 writing assignment, that's what you were supposed to turn in. The other one was actually that said 10 to 11 with the little blanks on it. That was actually your 5 to 6. It just had the wrong time slot on it, and we're super sorry for that. It was confusing for me. I know it was confusing for y'all. I'm sorry about it. I was sitting there on the phone with one of you, and I was trying to get it clarified, and there was just I had to call. And then I was on the phone with Wendy, and I was like, "Oh, that makes sense." So there's that. Again, I am super sorry for the confusion. I know it confused quite a few of you, and I am sorry for that. I don't even know if me scratching out the pages was even helpful. All right. So before we start today we have a wonderful graduation, and I'm so glad that I get to be her last live. I just want a little shout out for Rihanna. She is a wonderful, wonderful student, and we absolutely love her in the back. I'm sorry, Ashley. But so again, Rihanna, today is your graduation, and I'm so excited for you, babe. All right, so let's get started with our waxing. Okay? Let me give y'all a second to tell her congratulations because she deserves it. And she'll be back. Don't let her fool you. She misses everyone. It's so weird going to go back to school and not see like half the faces. But yeah, I just switched this one assistant. Typically, I will tell y'all when y'all send us your emails to the wrong teacher. Typically, we forward it to each other as long as we catch it. But yeah, we typically forward back and forth to each other. And thank you, Ashley. So again, for Cosmos, the waxing portion will be after your facial, and then for the estheticians, it'll be one of your last services right before your blood exposure incident, and after your mask and moisturizing. Okay, so you'll go in. Again, I couldn't find my label maker. I'm here. What you get? I will tell you, I know we're all getting furry right now. We're all not waxing. We're here. Please trim before you get waxed. And no matter what it is, trim before you get waxed. All right, so it'll have a bag just like this, but it will be labeled, and it will be labeled waxing with soft wax here at the top or wherever you're going to put your label on your bag. Okay, so I just realized the first thing that I forgot was gloves. I'll go get those here in a second. So what the criteria for your waxing service is, first of all, you have 14 minutes. And again, they'll tell you when you're halfway done. So they'll tell you when you have 7 minutes remaining. The first one is going to be your procedure criteria. So they're each 1 point. You're to wear gloves. You're going to prepare the eyebrow for one eyebrow for your service. You're going to demonstrate proper application of the wax. You're going to demonstrate the proper application of the fabric strip. And you are going to demonstrate the removal of the wax. And then you are going to apply post-wax product. Okay? So that's what you're physically having to do for your points for your procedure. Now, your safety criteria. So again, on all of our tasks, all of our bags, all of our portions, all of our services, you have procedure criteria and you have safety criteria. So the safety criteria for this is going to be properly dispose of all your waste materials, ensure workstation area remain sanitary. You're going to ensure head draping is maintained throughout the service. You're going to replace contaminated items. Ensure containers remain closed when not in use. Kits remain sanitary. And avoid cross-contamination. Okay? So again, going into that, we're going to properly dispose of everything. We're not going to lay down our wax-filled stick on our workstation. We are going to go ahead and throw that away in our trash bag that we have from the beginning. We're going to ensure the workstation remains sanitary. So if we happen to, spill something on our work counter, or, you have materials that are leaking in your bag, because that's happened before on state board. A lot of times what'll happen when you actually have your kit in the bag itself, if you move it from your car to your house, you practice with it, then you bring it back into your car and then you take it to state board, you have to understand that 90% of these bottles are going to be like flip top. Okay? So when you're moving that around, these easily come up. It does not take a whole lot of pressure. So just making sure that you keep those closed is one of your biggest problems. So if you set that on your workstation, and then let's say you used water for your post wax solution and it leaks everywhere, you're gonna have to clean that up. Ensuring the head draping is maintained through the service. So again, if your shower cap is moving back, you want to make sure that you're either placing it back forward, or if your headband is slipping, you want to make sure you go ahead and take care of that. Slips. So the thing is, for the eyelash strip, we have to redo the drape for certain services. So we have to do the drape the first time for our eyelash, we have to take that off. Then you have to do your facial service no matter what, if you're an esthetician or if you are Cosmo, you have to again put another draping on. You can't use the same drape, at least, yeah, no, you can't use the same drape. So you have to have another shower cap and another headband. So you'll take that off at the end of your eyelash service. You'll put one on for your facial service, and then you'll take that off at the end of your facial service, whether you are Cosmo, so during after that facial it comes off, or if you're Cosmo or if you're esthetician, you'll take it off after your mask and moisturizing service. And then once you go to your soft wax service, you are going to put another one on. And at the end of that one, that comes off as well. So the only time it stays on is for estheticians, and it stays on from your cleansing service to your mask and moisturizing service. For your Cosmos, each one of these aesthetic services in our industry for our practical, they're going to go ahead and switch the drape. I hope that made sense. That was kind of wordy. Okay. Anyway, I hope that answered the question. So, maintain. You can also always hold on. So you can always pack an extra headband and an extra shower cap and put it in a bag kind of in the front of your kit or somewhere, depending on what you're taking to state board. You know? Exactly, Maria. So, with that being said, if it were to slip off and drop, you have an extra one in your bag. I always recommend packing extra just for the simple fact that anything could happen and you could drop anything at any time. So, always pack extra gloves, extra headbands and shower caps, some of the things that you can't sanitize, basically. Um, So again, replace contaminated canister or out of the little jar that we use, souffle cup, whatever. When you use that, you cannot use the stick multiple times. Okay. So you are going to get the wax you need. You're going to apply to the skin. Let's say it didn't go across far enough how you would like to make sure that your proctor is seeing that you have gone over the eyebrow, either above or below. Um, So let's say it doesn't go all the way and you want to go ahead and get another one. Or let's say you're going and then it drops onto the floor. You're going to want to throw that away. You're going to want to pack an extra wax stick and you are going to want to get that one out and then continue with your service. Okay? Um, Anytime anything drops on the floor, if it's a porous item, you have to throw it away. So that's wax sticks, um, files, cotton rounds, anything that you cannot EPA and sanitize has to be thrown away. There's no questions about it. There's no opportunity to sanitize any of that. Okay. So if you drop a comb, I always recommend packing an extra comb or two just to ensure that if you drop it, you can just go ahead and throw it away, sanitize your hands, pick out another one, okay? But let's say you're Fumbleina and you continue to drop everything and you're down to your last comb, you've thrown them all away, you have um, no more options but to just go ahead and um, has it stopped for everybody? Okay, perfect. So let's say you're from Melina, you're dropping it, you're down to your last comb. You can always EPA that. You have to wait, but um, you can always EPA it and go along from there. Um, that being said, you're just going to want to go ahead and watch and make sure that everybody's nervous during their exam. So don't get frustrated with yourself because it's just going to make it worse. But again, try not to be fumbling. Okay, so from there, we are going to talk about ensure your containers remain closed when not in use. So that being said, no, you should be fine. Your bag should be labeled waxing with soft wax. Hold on, I need to find the little cap. Do I not have it with me? Okay. So that being said, we're going to take this. So ensuring that your containers remain closed, you want to make sure it's easy to leave that behind and not close it. You have to maintain your items closed. When you have a little hand sanitizer, I could not think of what it was. Jeez. And it has a little spout like this. You want to make sure it has the cap on it as well. So that'll be for, I recommend packing a separate hand sanitizer for your acrylic service. That way you don't have to take your EPA from your station to your manicuring table, just so y'all know. It's just easy that way. All right, so from there, kit remains sanitary, so we're not going in there with dirty hands. We're not going in there and leaving it open. And then avoid cross-contamination. Again, we're not double dipping into anything. We're not just basically using dirty material. All right. So what will be in your bag? You will obviously have, where'd she go? Oh, she's here. We have her back. She's looking good. Yes, the headband slipping on her face. Great. All right, so we're gonna push this back. All right, so rude. Although I have cousins, they were married. We used to call them Shrek and Fiona. Okay, so beautiful, visionary. All right, she still has her eyelash. Well, she did have her eyelash from yesterday. Okay, so you'll have your shampoo cap and your headband. It'll be in the bag. I'm just not struggling with that on camera. Just not gonna struggle. I'm not here to struggle like that. All right, so we are going to have cotton rounds. We are going to have wax strips or epilating strips. We are going to have a tub of, you can either use honey or you can use a cold cream. You can use anything like that. Honey's going to be a little too sticky. I'm going to forewarn you, that's not going to be a fun time to get off. All right, you're going to want a post-waxing solution, and you are going to want to have a, yes, cold cream, like a Pond's cold cream. You're going to want to have your antiseptic or cleanser of that sort. You're going to want to have wax sticks, and you're going to want to have, shh, don't talk. We don't want to hear you. I'm going to go grab some gloves real quick because I totally forgot them in the little baggie. So I will be right back. Gloves. Okay. Rude. So when we get started with cold cream. Okay, so your cold cream is your post wax solution. And you need wax sticks as well. Thank you. The wax cream, the wax can be anything. Oh, sorry. No, you were right. Cold cream is going to be your wax. We're here, but we're here. It's been an interesting day. But you can bring cold cream, honey, lotion. You can use anything. Okay. So no matter what I do, can't change. Again, she'll be on a mannequin stand, and you can place her to look in front of you if that's easier for y'all. Or y'all can stand behind her, apply here. It's up to you. So we're gonna get started. What we're gonna do first is we are going to take a cotton round. I'm going to take my antiseptic. We're going to clean that whole area. Again, you only have to do one eyebrow. So we're only going to clean one eyebrow. Okay? So I'm going to set her down. Put my gloves on. Sweet. All right. So we have cleaned the eyebrow. What I'm going to do from there, tucking her here so y'all can see her. I'm going to go ahead and take my wax stick. And I'm going to take my wax. I'm gonna get all wax out of my little pot. We're going to close that container. Again, you will have full range of your hand. I, on the other hand, because of Susan here, do not. All right. So I like to do the top of the brow simply because I feel like it's easier for them to see. So I will be going right here. And you want to do a continuous motion just like that. I'm going to throw my wax stick away. And remember, you're going to want to apply your solution in the direction of hair. Okay? All right. We are going to place the strip on. We're going to try to rub that in there. And then we are going to remove the opposite way of the hair growth. Said before, we can use petroleum jelly. You can use cold cream, petroleum jelly, honey, anything along those lines. Okay? So from there, you're here for just a second. I am going to sanitize my hands because I have to get another cotton round. Guess I'm getting two. Post wax solution. And then we clean the eyebrow. Okay? From there, I'm going to take my gloves off, throw them away. I'm going to throw away any extra stuff that I have. I'm going to go ahead and throw my containers away because I've already done the service. I'm going to throw away her draping. And then I'm going to raise my hand so they can inspect my mannequin. Okay? Does anybody have any questions, concerns, comments? You're looking great, sweetie. You're looking great. Just set it in. It's pretty simple. No problem, Kelsey. You can go back and watch this portion of, or the portion that we just went over. Honestly, I mean, I get it. It's something to be nervous about because y'all have never done it before. But honestly, as long as you like just read through your candidate bulletin, you pay attention to when we go over doing these mockeries or doing these services, it's really not that hard. It's really not. No, you don't have to do the top of the eyebrow. You can do the bottom. It's either way. It does not matter. You can do left or right. You can do top or bottom. You can do whatever you want. It's just one eyebrow. And again, they're just wanting to see you go in the direction of hair growth and remove in the opposite. No, we do not drape. We do not drape a towel or anything with this. It's just the head drape. If you would like to, you can. I've seen 14 minutes for this one, I believe. Yeah, 14 minutes. Yes, so you only have to do either the top or the bottom of just a left or right eyebrow. So that's what I was saying. It's really not that hard, simply because you have an unlimited time to do 2 highlights. You have like, there's more than enough time. It feels trust me, this time is going to feel like it flies by, and it's going to feel that way, and that's perfectly fine. But, um, it's going to be simple, but you're gonna be so nervous that you feel like it's, like, too much. I just remember being in my well, first of all, we had to do hands down any day of the week. I would say the first I ever got down was the one at my state board, and I don't know how I pulled that one out. But I was so nervous. I went through my first, like, couple, services, and this is when you still had to take a model, so I took my sister-in-law with me. We had to do a manicure. We didn't have to do the acrylic nail, but we had to do a manicure. And I'll never forget finishing her nails because you had to come in with one fingernail painted, remove that, do a manicure, and then they leave with one hand painted. So I like finish. She looks great. We're good. Perfect. Vision. Okay. I raise my hand and she looks at her hand and then goes to put it back down and sticks it in the towel. And I was like, cool. So I'm just going to fail. Went through the rest of my test thinking I was going to fail, and I ended up passing, so we're fine. Yeah, the practical is definitely um, a bit of work, but yeah. So be glad y'all don't have to take models anymore because that was like, I've had like students call and ask for a model when they're like already at the testing site because their model didn't show up and we sent somebody over. Like, just be glad you don't have to deal with models anymore because that was a nightmare. Complete nightmare. Like, I just remember having to, like, get your models manicure done before you went to state board and then having to, like, remove their nail polish and putting one. Yeah, I mean, she's my sister-in-law, so I love her now. Well, I loved her then. She's my best friend. The written is definitely nerve-wracking. I had the attitude when I went and took my written that I was just gonna take it, see what the questions were like, and then I was just gonna pay for another test because at, 18, it sounded like a good idea. Now I'm like, that you could have wasted $55. Do we have $55 to waste? No. But that was my attitude with it. I was just gonna go in there, see what the questions were like, and if I had to take it again, I had to take it again. Do not recommend doing that. Study. I did not study. I took it one time. I took both my tests one time. In fact, I took my instructor test one time as well, which that was yeah, it was super easy. Like it was definitely I could see where you would get super, super nervous with it. I I just could not stress myself out like that, especially back then I couldn't be bothered with it because I thought I was just so smart. But no. I took mine and like I literally I have really bad test anxiety, so I don't know why I did that to myself. I should have studied. But like I went in, I took it, I sat down, I was reading the questions, I got super, super nervous, I started sweating, started clicking the mouse. I didn't even know what I was reading at that point, and yeah, I can't even tell you what one question was on there. Can't tell you. Can't tell you one. I have a great memory, and I cannot tell you one question that was on that test at all. And I took that test in like less than 15 minutes. I came out, and the lady looked at me and she goes, "You answered all those questions?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess." And she was like, "Did you read them?" I was like, "Mm, mm, mm." She was like, "Well, you passed. Here, you gotta wait in your car for your friend." Because me and my sister-in-law, we went and took our writtens the same day. She's one of those people that had super, super bad test anxiety. She studied her rear end off for like weeks before. Um, and she had to take it like 4 or 5 times. And like the thing is, she would come over, we would study, because I had already graduated at this point. She would come over, we would study, I would help her study. I would ask her questions. We would just go through I would ask her random questions from the book. Like it wasn't even like we were reading the study guide at this point. I was reading from the book and she would tell me exactly what the words were there. The second she got on the testing site, it was all blank. But I have the most adorable picture and I will cherish it forever because at the time she was just my best friend. Now she's my sister-in-law. And I have the most adorable picture of her practicing on my grandpa for state board painting his nails. Most adorable picture in the whole wide world. I absolutely love it. But yeah, it's just kind of like that. And I definitely recommend 110% studying beforehand. Like all the state board questions that we're sending out and having y'all answer, yes, some of them feel like this will never be on the state board, but I will tell y'all it helps 110%. Um, like I definitely recommend studying pretty hard for it. Not to the point where you stress yourself out, but definitely like study for it. Because I feel like once you get to that point where you start to stress yourself out, you kind of start to forget things. Um, but the biggest thing that I can remember is the stupid questions I felt like were on the test more than the actual like meat and potatoes of what's going on. Like one of the tests for my um one of the test questions for my instructor's license was what kind of um, teaching style should you be implementing? And it would have like other answers that would be 110% like perfect. And it was like happy, happy teaching. And I'm like, if I say nothing but straight lies in a happy tone, is that helping anybody? No, no. You think I'm not me? You also think I don't know anything? And I was just like, there's no way that's going to be on the test. And then I saw it and I was like, are you for real? No, you for fake. No, you for real. So I'm just saying, in the subject matter that they're going to take questions in, pay attention to every single question and act like it's the most serious question in the whole wide world. Because then you're just going to be sitting there like me. Is this even a real question? Is this even a real answer? And you're like, here we are. Okay. So, okay. So I will tell y'all, I know we went through that pretty quick. We went through it in 45 minutes and I waited at least 9 minutes for people to jump on. So here we are. Glad I got to spend this time with you. So for the rest of this live, I want you to go ahead and work on the assignments that y'all have for today. I know most of you have already sent in the first two assignments, and that's perfectly fine. I want y'all to go ahead and work on the other assignment. I also am more than happy if you want to go ahead and I know some of y'all have mannequins at home and some of y'all don't. So even if you want to draw an eyebrow on your arm and practice that, I would go ahead and do so simply because getting that motion down on something that doesn't give like skin is really, really difficult. Um, I am going to keep this live running until 4 o'clock. um, and that way we just continue through our day. I am going to go ahead and ask. I'm going to go ahead and ask Wendy a little clarification for the other assignment that I sent out a little bit earlier. Yes, you will come back at 4 o'clock, and we are going to do our final roll call at 4. Well, at 3:55 ish. The 5 to 6 assignment? Okay, give me a second. I'll get on there. Going. I'll bring the last two here in a little bit. Okay, so this is our 5 to 6 live, and it is fill in the blank using the text from above. My nose itched. All right. So again, your 5 to 6 assignment is going to be filling in the blanks from the literature above. And that's about bleach and I believe cleaning the salon. Okay, so again, I'm going to leave this on mute. And Destiny, did that clarify the question on what to do for the 5 to 6 assignment? Just want to make sure. So, Allison, I sent out the 2 emails yesterday and then I clarified it in the Facebook group. The 10 to 11 assignment had there were 2 10 to 11 assignments. One was a writing assignment and the other one was mismarked for your 5 to 6 assignment. If you got that wrong, no problem. It's perfectly fine. We're pretty much taking those assignments no matter what. Can't wait. But Allison, not to worry. If you have any questions, just text me. I'll be happy to clarify that for you. No problem. All right, so I'm gonna leave this running for a little bit. And I will see y'all back here at around 3:50, 3:55, somewhere in there. Okay? Bye guys. See you soon.
that Jennifer Lopez?
Is that Coin Master?
Is that Jennifer Lopez playing Coin Master? I am Jennifer Lopez, and this is Coin Master, and I just attacked your village. Put it on him.
I mean, I'm bummed.
The best day of my life. Thanks for the coins. Saving up for the next village. Coin Master, available on the App Store and Google Play. Yes! Is that Jennifer Lopez?
Is that Coin Master?
There we go. I got the two that don't have a name. But yeah, after this, I think y'all have seen everything. Dang. Yeah. Hi, Denise. Bye, Miranda. Okay. I just have more leopard geckos. I have 5 total. Bye, Zuli. Yeah. You wanna quit? Let's see if I can. Sorry, I'm putting that down. They're a lot younger than the other two. The other two I've had since they were babies. And no, we do not hop off. Yeah. So I had the other two since they were this size, and they're a lot more friendly. So these have some time to go. But yeah. I think the last two. They don't have names. I don't know what to even name them. They're both girls. But yeah, you've already seen Yoda, Yoshi, Parmesan, Pearl, Kink, Bundy, Marilyn, Motley, and Khaleesi. So yeah, you've already seen everything. They eat worms. They eat super worms. They eat. Come here. You want to come here? Come on. I know. They eat worms, dubia roaches, anything along those lines. Yeah. I mean, they're like super tiny. I bet you they're probably a year old. Yeah, you're super sweet when you want to be. The other one does bite. But yeah, I just see them either crickets, super worms. I have a friend that's probably going to get rid of her African fat tail gecko, and I'll probably end up with that. But when it comes down to it, I just can't say no. I have the room. I'm going to give it a home. This one's mean. This one will bite. She will jump off and fly. She is like Bundy and will escape her enclosure. I went to feed them the other night and she was out of her enclosure just looking at me next to the superworm box. So I gotta give her a name from somebody that's like escaped from something. Bye guys. Just gonna let this roll the last 5 minutes while I sit here with my little geckos. Yeah, Bundy is my only male. And I also don't plan to breed them, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I just want to make sure males and the females are not together because I don't want any babies. The only babies I want around here are baby calves. Okay? Like after this live, I gotta go feed my baby calf. Or a baby goat. I do want baby goats. You come here. I want to not be a butthole. Yeah. That's what they're gonna do anyways. Yeah, you can sit right there. Don't tell me that, Amber. Where's Carmen Sandiego? What? Yeah. She's a sweet one. They're actually out of the same clutch of eggs. So they're sisters. The person that surrendered them to my friend could no longer take care of them. She had too many babies hatched that year, and she surrendered these two. So it's not the fact that they weren't taken care of, they just had too many leopard geckos and couldn't get rid of all of them. Couldn't sell them or didn't know anybody else to take them. So she took them in, and then I got them. Yeah. Well, Amber, I have two. So I have this one. They look really similar. So I have this one. And then, please do not bite me. I have this one. I see you. I mean, you kind of look like a Carmen. Then I got this one. I gotta find two of them. Yeah. They are clutch mates, and they have been together since they were born. Yeah, the one that bites is the one that escapes. The one that doesn't bite is literally the chillest little gecko ever. All right. Well, we have reached the end of our live. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Don't forget your 5 to 6 assignment. And I will see y'all here shortly. And I will get clarification on the other assignment that I sent out. Okay? So y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. And I will see y'all later. All right. Bye, guys. Bye.